Go lay down. My co-host is a little antsy today. But anyway, I have toyed with making this video for quite some time, and I keep forgetting to do it until recently. I was just at the infamous YO Ranch in Texas and had a great time with great friends, made some new friends, and of course, I was being introduced as this BC hunting guide to a few people, and one man in particular, good guy, sat down across from me. We're eating our big, delicious meal, and he started telling me about a couple of hunts he had gone on in Canada, and they were absolute bombs, as in sucked ass. And I got in a good conversation with him, and it really makes my heart sink for the people who do book a hunt and get duped, or they book with a fairly reputable outfitter and they get stuck with a guy that basically has a father uncle, right? Inbred dumbass piece of shit. And believe me, there's a lot of them out there. So my motivation is to I don't know. I don't think what I'm about to share with you should make any outfitter angry. It might frustrate a couple if they suck. But what I'm going to share is just true, honest knowledge and a good route to ensure that you book the hunt of a lifetime. Obviously, for many, it's the hunt of a lifetime. It's a shit pile of money. And there's a lot of people out there who save up for a long time to go on the dream hunt of a lifetime. But then all of a sudden they lose the roll of the dice and they get stuck with a piece of shit person that calls himself a guide. And that guide is who's going to make or break the hunt. And when you've seen firsthand the hunt get broken, oh, it's such a sad thing to watch. So unfortunately, first off, I'm going to share with you guys maybe a couple or few stories, all right? First-hand stories that I was witness to so that you can understand why I am sharing this knowledge and why I'm suggesting doing this, okay? Now, picture this one. I'm at one of the most reputable outfitters in the world. One outfitter, that's my dog chewing on a bone down there if you're hearing the weird noises. But anyway, so, this place won Outfitter of the Year award, now International Outfitter of the Year award numerous times. There's a three-year waiting list just to go with them when I first was lucky enough to get on. And years later, my guide partner, him and his wife, who was our cook, they started making babies and shit, and ended up leaving. So the next year, I had a new Wrangler, and I had what can only be described as a want-to-be cowboy slash guide. Overweight slob. Didn't have a clue. And the reason he got in there was because of his dad. And his dad had subcontracted this outfit for numerous years. I won't say any names. I'll just say his name was Fat Ridge, all right? Now, it was very frustrating for me because for me, I loved it. I loved it more than anything guiding. And I always had it in the back of my mind. I pictured what the hunter must be thinking about as he's flying to me. He doesn't know me. If it was a hunter I hadn't guided before, I'm thinking about what's going through this hunter's mind. The amount of money he's spending, the time away from work, the time away from family, wondering if he's even going to get anything, the stress about, oh man, I hope I get something. I don't want to go home without anything. Oh, I hope I get a big this or a huge that or whatever, right? The fear, the anxiety, the unknown. And I'm putting all that in my head well before they get to me. And I will deliver to them with confidence. As long as you follow me and do what I say, you're going to get what you're after. Okay, let's go. We're going to have a good time. But then there's another flavor of guide that I've seen it firsthand. There's a lot of guides out there that just want to have that title. I'm a guide. Are ya? Doesn't matter. It's like we all know different people, different trades. Well, I'm a framer. But do you know what a straight line is? Do you know what I mean? So, anyway, here's a quick example of what I'm getting at. So, here's these guys. They're from Mexico. One guy's got a few dollars. The other guy, he's saved for years. He took super kind guy. Imagine the excitement. This guy is so excited. He is so excited. He's at one of the best outfitters in the world, right? Horseback hunt, remote bush plane drop off, grizzly bears, stone sheep, elk, monster moose, mountain goats, wolves, everything's there. The history. He's in good hands, right? He's in the best hands. He's going to have the best hunt of his life. I'll guarantee you that was going through his head. He's saved forever, and this is his only chance in his lifetime to do this dream hunt. That's it. And he gets stuck with the other guide in camp, the newbie. who's been around the community for a while just because he's associated by family, but I'm just giving you an example of how a guide can absolutely annihilate your chances of having that dream come true. Doesn't matter what outfit you book with, right? So it's the first day of I think it was a 12-day hunt. First day. It's prime hunt for a huge moose. Excuse me. These guys have got moose, caribou, black bear, wolf tags, and mountain goat tags, right? And this one guy's just happy to get anything, but he wants it to be the best hunt ever. So, and we do have monster moose in this camp area. Monsters. I could fart a 50-inch bull every day if I felt like it in this country. So, I caution the young guy to go, hey, look, don't shoot anything the first day if you think it's an okay bull. This is the hunt where we get the monsters, all right? Yeah, no problem. Right? So, the four of us ride out the same time. We take our hunters and go to different areas. I'm riding up one ridge to head off to a different valley. They disappeared that way. I hadn't gotten maybe, 15 minutes out of camp, and I hear a kapow! And I looked at my partner, my hunter. He looks at me, and then kapow! Then we listen again. Silence. I'm like, sounds like somebody got a moose. I guess they must have run into a monster. Cool. We'll find out at the end of the day. We ride off to go look for a particular bull I already had in mind. We come back at the end of the day, and they had about a 46-inch, maybe 3-year-old, 3 brows on one side, 2 on the other, absolute munchkin garbage moose. I'm thinking, oh my God, I cannot believe he did that. Oh well, you keep the mood upbeat, congratulate the hunter. That must have been exciting, right? And he's kind of excited. They got a chance to go get a big caribou and a mountain goat and other things. We carry on with our day. And 2 days later, I find the particular bull I was after, and it's a 200-plus inch, absolute, gargantuan, perfect, frickin' record book moose. And we come rolling in with that. All right? Just think about what happened to that hunter's excitement when he saw that. And his guide got him to shoot that dink on day 1 in the first half hour of the first day. He's got 12 days to go, and there's no going back. It's 100% guaranteed that man is not going to get the moose of a lifetime, or even a huge one, or even a mature one. He's not going to. It's over for him, for that moose. It's done. All that money he saved, all the anticipation, booking probably in over a year in advance. Done. Well, let's hope he gets a big caribou or a goat, right? So then, moving along, I guess, and we had very limited amounts of mountain goat out of that camp, but I knew where there was some. Off they go to go look at them, see if they can find one. And what that poor Mexican hunter said to me next, it just broke my heart. He was such a kind, good soul. He takes me aside, and he goes, we go and we climb and we ride high and we climb up on this lookout, and we look across the river down below. So it's just steep down across the river, over and straight up the other side. And here's a billy goat, right where I said they'd be. And he says, and there it is, and say, Billy. And then my guide, he look at the spotting scope, and he says, yeah, that's a nice Billy. And we sit there, I wonder, what are we going to do? Why don't we not go after my Billy? And then I look over, and he's sleeping. He's sleeping. And I look, and I see the Billy, and I'm like, why can't we go get my Billy? I'm not going to get a Billy. Oh, no, I'm not going to get a Billy. And then the poor guy breaks down and starts crying out of frustration. It was so horrible. And it's unfortunate because old school up north in northern BC, a lot of outfits, they always say, you hunt them hard in the morning, you have your naps in the afternoon, and you hunt hard in the evening. And I guess some of these guys take that to heart, and they think, well, that's what you're supposed to do. So that fat slob just rolls over and goes to sleep. With the man's dream, part of his dream right there. And he never got a Billy. And he never got a caribou. And he went home with that very sad example of a moose, and that was it. Done deal. One of the best, most repeatable outfits in North America. Saved all his life. It's over. So now you're going to see, that's one example of why I'm motivated to share this knowledge with you and suggestion on how to book a hunt. How many examples do I have? I remember I worked for another outfit. There's this other guy there. He probably had a father, uncle for sure. Not a hunter. And some outfitters, that particular outfitter, he hired another guy who had never guided in the northern British Columbia anywhere ever before. He hired him because they had the same last names. You can imagine how that went, right? But there's this other guy. He would take every single hunter up a draw to look into a burn. And the burn was only about 200 yards deep and maybe 400 long. That's it. One spot. He would ride up there, get off of his horse, tie the horses up, and he would sling his axe into a rotten old snag, start a fire, and he'd sit there with his binoculars, look at the burn, spit, chew, look at the burn, spit, chew, and keep his hunter there all day, every single day for the whole hunt. And not one of his hunters got an animal the whole season. I had no swinger, no pole. I could do nothing. Nothing I could do. But it got to the point that fall, I felt so bad because I knew when these hunters show up, they are so excited. They're all so excited. They're in awe. They're dropped off in the middle of the Rocky Mountains, northern British Columbia on a remote big game hunt. And I already know they're not going to get anything. Oh, horrible. So there's another example of how I am motivated to share what I'm about to share today. Then there's another one. Another guy who just wanted to be called guide. He was one of those, I call them the ego guides. They don't know what they're doing. They suck at it, but they want that. Apparently they think there's something that comes along with the handle of being called a big game guide. I don't know. This guy, and he turns out he used to be, it ends up later on, he was on the executive committee for the Wild Sheep Society of BC. Frauded his way through the whole thing, right? Anyway, so this idiot, he takes a guy from New York. I'll never forget this. He takes this guy up and over through this pass. I knew roughly where they were going, and the guy said they're sitting there on this knob all day long. And all of a sudden, he said the biggest black bear he's ever seen is coming out of the burn and right in front of him, right where they've been facing and glassing the whole time. And he goes, let's go. And then the guide goes, oh, no, it's a no-go. It's a no-go. It's like, what do you mean? Well, the height of land right here is the guide territory border. He's on the wrong side of the line. And this New Yorker's with a full-on accent, A-type guy's like, are you effing kidding me? He took me to the other outfitters area and sat there in the knob glassing. And then something comes out and I can't shoot it. That happened. What the maniac was doing, I don't know. I think he was there possibly looking for sheep in the outfitters area. I don't know. But there you go. There's just a few examples of numerous that can go on with any outfit, right? I mean, it's not hard these days to see who the reputable guys are, especially guys like the Lancasters. That's an easy sell. Those guys are top of the line, family-run business, generations in the industry, and they know bullshit. They're not desperate for finding qualified guides either, right? But a lot of outfits are. Or something happens where somebody just slips in and gets in that position like that fat slob Ridge did. We'll just say his name was Ridge, allegedly. So anyway, this is what I suggest to you. If you've been burned in the past, or you're hoping to book the hunt of a lifetime, you're ready to go, you're ready to pull the trigger on that bank account, this is it. This is what I suggest you do, all right? Now, take in mind, and I'm not saying this is being insulting, but I've worked for, I don't know how many outfitters I've worked for, 5 or 6 maybe, and some outfitters are basically, sadly, but it's kind of accurate, they're car salesmen, right? They've got a shit pile of money invested in that outfit. A shit pile of money having to go to all the shows and do the show circuit in the wintertime. Horses, feed, tack, staff. I would not want to be an outfitter just for that reason. Staffing. I'd be terrified of it because I give a shit too much. But a lot of these outfitters, they have great pictures from the past. Great pictures, especially some of those reputable outfits. They got a super good photo album. Pretty good reputation, but how do you know who you are going to hunt with after you book that hunt, right? So this is what I suggest you do if you're worried about it. If you're a first timer, this is what I would strongly suggest you do. A, select the species you want to hunt. Find the outfitter. You feel good about it? Take a look at the photo album. What do they got for logistics? Where are they situated in the in the land they are? Is there vehicles? Is there going to be much local hunter pressure? Are they remote? Do you know what I mean? Do all your homework. And then you feel confident. Yep, I want to go with these guys. Well, here's a part that not many people probably do. Now, the next part is this is what I would do if I'm booking a hunt. Let's put it that way. I would say to the outfitter, who's going to be my guide? Well, we got a bunch of good guides. I know. Who is going to be my guide? I want to know who my guide is right now, actually, and I want to have his name on the contract for I sign for this fall. Unless something comes up, which shit does come up. Maybe he'll get in a car accident. Who knows? Maybe he'll get bucked off and break his leg. Who knows? But who's my guide? And I will book with you. I want to book with you. And I'm going to book with you today as soon as you, or in the next couple of days, as soon as you give me the name of my guide. And I want to speak with that guide's last 5 hunts in a row. The last previous. I don't want to talk to that hunter he got a record book sheep for in 1975. I don't want to talk to the hunter he got the record book elk for in, 6 years ago. That's done. That animal's dead. That hunt's gone. Who knows if he got lucky? I don't know. But I want the list of the last 5 hunters that my potential guide guided. All consecutive. Whether they got anything or not, I don't give a shit. I want to talk to them. And then you talk to that guide's past. I'd go 5 hunts myself. I go, just give me the list of his last 5 hunters. Give me the phone numbers. And then I'm going to phone them up. I'm going to grill them. Did he sleep on you? Was he lazy? Did he go? Was he enthusiastic? Did he know what he was doing? Was he a killer? And when I say killer, I mean, was he like a proven assassin and he loves what he's doing and he's gonna run me into the ground. Not intentionally, but you know what I mean? He's gonna hunt my ass off because he loves it. He's there because he loves it and he's damn good at it. Do you know what I mean? The hunter's gonna sell you the hunt, but the guide's gonna make or break your hunt. You have to be certain you have a proven frickin' awesome guide that's going to guide you on your hunt of a lifetime, right? The guide, has to make sure that expensive business transaction goes through smoothly and equally and totally, and be sure that you get your money's worth. So there you go. That is how I would book a hunt if I were to book a hunt anywhere. I want my guide's name. I want his last 5 hunters in a row phone numbers. And let's face it, even when you do that, see, you might come across a client that just didn't get along with them. You have personality clash. Not all guides are going to be able to accommodate every single personality flavor that comes at them. So obviously you're going to have the odd personality clash, but how did their hunt go? Did they get what they were after? Did the guy show them a lot of game? Did he call in animals easily or nicely, professionally? Was he good with horses? Do you know what I mean? There's always going to be the odd dickhead out there, and I've worked with a few dickheads, but they were absolute assassins. So take that in mind. There's going to be the odd personality conflict. But if they suck, or they got little or no experience, the last 5 hunts is going to tell you that honestly, flat out. And you're going to know, oh, no, you're not putting me with that guy. Not a chance in hell. And then what I would do is after I gain the confidence, after talking to those past hunters, I'm going to approach the outfitter and say, look, I'm going to book with you. I want to book with you. I want to book on that date, but I have to have that guide as my guide and I need it written in the contract. And if he doesn't show up, I have the option of possible refund or reschedule. I don't know. You'd have to work that end out. I haven't even thought about that part, but that's what I do. So there. Good luck out there. Make sure you do your homework on your guide. All right? That will increase the chances of you having the hunt of a lifetime substantially. Okay? There you go. I'll be coming back at you guys with more content soon for this channel and this topic. I got a lot of knowledge and a lot of stories to share yet. I think I'm inching closer to sharing a story about one of the most lowest classed people I've ever been in the woods with, who apparently is managed to make himself one of the most well-known hunters in the world. And I've got somebody took a shot over my bow unprovoked. So I'm thinking, well, I'm a fighter. Celebrity status doesn't scare me the slightest. So I think I'm gonna share that story with all you guys soon. It's gonna be a very entertaining and revealing story, and it's truth. So what the hell, right? Anyway, there you go, you guys. If you know somebody who's booking a hunt, pass this video on to them and share this knowledge that I've got with them. All right? Because believe me, I want to see all of the people get their money's worth and have as many awesome experiences as they can in the woods. Far more than I want to see how far to get money in his pocket.